Imagine this. You're an astronaut, suited up, ready for your first spacewalk. You step outside the safety of your spacecraft, eager to float freely in the vast, empty expanse of space. But there's a problem. You realize, wait for it, you forgot to put on your spacesuit. You're outside, with nothing but the cold vacuum of space around you. What happens next? Let's explore this crazy, spacey scenario and find out what's in store. What you need to survive. Before we dive in, let's talk about what's inside a spacesuit. These incredible pieces of technology are designed to keep astronauts alive in one of the most inhospitable environments you can imagine. Inside the suit, astronauts are provided with everything they need to survive: oxygen to breathe, water to drink, and even ways to maintain their body temperature. Without that suit, though, everything changes. You're exposed to the harsh reality of space, and there's nothing but the cold, empty void around you. So, what would really happen? Lack of oxygen. The first thing that hits you when you're in space without a spacesuit is the lack of oxygen. Space is a vacuum, a space with no air. The second you step outside your spacecraft, that lack of oxygen will hit you hard. Your body is used to a constant supply of oxygen, but in the vacuum of space, you've got nothing. And how long do you have to get back to safety? About 15 seconds. That's it. If you don't make it back inside your spacecraft within that small window, your brain will lose oxygen and you'll lose consciousness. Now, you might think, well, I'll just hold my breath to buy myself more time. But hold on. That's the worst thing you could do. Without the pressure of the Earth's atmosphere, the air inside your lungs would expand, like a balloon being blown up. The pressure would cause your lungs to rupture, and that could be fatal. The better approach would be to exhale before venturing into space. It's counterintuitive, but it's the safer option. Without air in your lungs, your body can survive for a little longer. If you remain calm, you could last up to 2 minutes before it becomes impossible to survive. The 2-minute window. Now, let's say you get lucky and manage to find a way to get some oxygen into your body. Maybe an emergency supply or something you stumble upon. You're still conscious and you're still alive, but that doesn't mean you're out of the woods. Even with oxygen, survival in space without a spacesuit is incredibly tough. You see, the biggest danger isn't just the lack of oxygen, it's the lack of atmospheric pressure. Without pressure, your body starts to react in ways that are both terrifying and fascinating. For starters, the lack of pressure exposes you to all kinds of radiation: UV rays, X-rays, and gamma rays. These rays start hitting your skin almost immediately, causing intense burns. Your skin would begin to bubble and blister as it absorbs all this energy. Imagine feeling the burn of a sunburn, except it's more intense and dangerous. Not only would it hurt, but it would also start to damage your DNA. Your body is at risk. But that's not all. Without the protection of Earth's atmosphere, your body also faces a more physical challenge: swelling. The lack of pressure allows the water in your body to vaporize, and this would cause you to swell up. It's not like the movies where your body explodes into a cloud of space dust. Luckily, your skin is extremely elastic, and it would stretch to accommodate the extra volume. But still, you'd look like a balloon that's been pumped up, definitely not your normal self. So now, here you are, swollen, burned, and exposed to radiation. You're floating around in the vast emptiness of space, and help can't come soon enough. How long can you survive like this? Well, it all depends on whether you can get back to safety in time. Survival time. To sum it up, if you somehow wander into space without your spacesuit, your body has a very limited window to survive. You've got about 15 seconds before you lose consciousness due to a lack of oxygen. After that, your body will start to swell, and you'll experience severe radiation burns. And while your skin will stretch and hold you together, you won't be in a good shape. If you're lucky enough to stay conscious and find a way to get some oxygen, your chances of survival are still slim. It's not the stuff of action movies where astronauts get in trouble and somehow save the day by performing some miraculous stunt. Space is harsh, and without the right protection, even the toughest astronauts are vulnerable. Trivia time. Let's lighten the mood with a fun fact. Did you know that the spacesuits astronauts wear aboard the International Space Station aren't just for one astronaut? That's right, those suits are shared. They're not assigned to one person. In fact, multiple astronauts use the same suit depending on the schedule and the missions planned. It's a bit like sharing a favorite jacket, but much, much more important. And here's another cool fact. Astronauts don't wear their own personal spacesuit all the time. So, what happens if you find yourself in space without a spacesuit? In short, bad things. Your oxygen will run out quickly, radiation will start burning you, and your body will swell. It's not the kind of experience anyone would want. But it's also a reminder of how critical spacesuits are for survival in space. Those little details, oxygen, pressure, temperature, are what keep astronauts safe while they explore the great unknown. One mistake, like forgetting to put on your suit, could lead to disaster. Before I sign off, let's get back to the big question. What do you think would happen if you went to space without a spacesuit? It's crazy, right? But it's also a great reminder of the science that goes into making space travel possible. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more space adventures and mind-blowing facts. Stay curious, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.